Hi everyone, Katie Harris here, your Edgewater Wellness Coordinator, here to talk to you about the muscle of the month. Last month we covered chest, one of our largest muscle groups in the body. We talked about why it was important to keep it nice and strong so it can help us through our daily movements like pushing open doors, washing our hair, and even taking nice deep breaths during exercise. Today we're going to be talking about the opposing muscle group, our back. So our back is another large muscle group that helps us through a lot of different movements like twisting, bending, even extending our back backwards. We have some smaller muscle groups deep down in there that help us breathe, stabilize the spine, and control our movements. So as you know, there are a lot of different movements that we can do that involve the back and movement of the spine, which means that there are a lot of risks for injury when we're moving around. So the exercise I'm going to show you today is a great spine stabilizer that will help us maintain a nice healthy spine and back so we can stay away from creating any pain in our body. So what we're going to do is come into a tabletop position. So we have our hands right underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips as we create a nice flat back here. I want you to go into a cow position first, pressing your belly button into the spine, and then a cat position, C-shaping your spine to the ceiling, and then come back to a nice neutral spine before we start our bird dog exercise. So again, this movement is a great stabilizer because it helps engage those intrinsic muscles, those deep muscles in and around our spine to work to help stabilize and keep things in place. So what we're going to do is lift our opposite arm and leg off of the ground. So as one arm comes up, your opposite leg is going to come out, and you're going to slowly bring it back down. We're going to alternate arm and leg every time, so it makes our body work a little bit more as we alternate sides. And you want to go through this movement slowly. So again, the slower we move, the more those muscles are going to work, the more control it requires. Extending arm and leg out as long as you can through the fingertips and through the toes. Bringing it back down. Always checking into that spinal position, making sure that your belly isn't dropping to the ground or your back or butt isn't pushed back far too much. So knees set right under the hips, wrists right underneath the shoulders as you reset, going into a few more. So you can start doing this 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 20. So you'll start on the lower end. You can do 2 sets of 10 total to start of those, and then as you get stronger, you can start to up those reps or up the sets that you do at a time. This is a nice movement to do just while you're watching TV at night. Anytime you have a little moment to drop to the ground and do this, you should, as it keeps our spine nice and healthy. Another option, if you don't want to come all the way to the ground, we're going to come to a countertop, or you can even come to a wall. So you'll come to place your hands onto that wall or onto the counter, bringing your feet back so your body is nice and flat here. And you can make it easier by stepping up further or harder by stepping back. So we find that flat position. We're going to do the same thing that we did on the ground, extending opposite arm and leg out, bring it back slowly, extend out and down. Again, trying to find that neutral spine here. So as I did those ones, I noticed my back was a little bit arched down. So I want to find that neutral spine again, trying to draw that belly button into my spine as I extend out, making my core work as I do this movement here. So you can do the same amount of sets and reps in that standing position, and then maybe if you feel ready to ever make it to the ground, you can try it on the ground as well, Otherwise, you would just lower that point of hand level. Maybe it's from the counter down to the seat of the chair to make it a little bit harder. You can try that at home. If you ever have any questions, feel free to stop by the gym to ask us how to do this move, why it's important, and we'll continue to learn each month about different muscle groups to help keep us strong and healthy. Thank you guys. Bye.